Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is December the 14th, 2025. Hopefully, this episode finds you well, in good spirits and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Happy Sunday. Hopefully, it was a fun day for you. Hopefully, it was a nice, chill, relaxing day. Hopefully, you're cozy. Hopefully, you're warm because I know for us in Ohio, it is in the single digits right now. Don't love it. Don't like it. It's very cold. But we made it through the day. We tried to stay warm. I will say my first order of business was like actually getting my car out of the snow. Though I will say we did need the shovel, so that was good. We got lucky. But it snowed closer to the 5 inches this time. I think it was like around 3 to 5 inches was the projection. So yeah, it was definitely cold, definitely snowy. I wound up sleeping in from Saturday night into Sunday afternoon, really, because I kind of woke up a couple times throughout the night, and luckily I was up for a little bit, hung out, then was able to go back to sleep later, so that was nice. That was clutch. But yeah, we finally got up around like 11ish or so. Actually had to like put in some work to get all the snow off my car, defrost. But and then also drive it out because it was like enough snow had banked where I kind of had to like kind of push it, kind of do a little maneuvering to get the car out. But overall, good, no shovel, no problem. But yeah, after that we got out to the grocery store. Which I gotta say, for a Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, it was not busy. Like there were definitely people there, but I guess just most people were not trying to make it out, which I totally get it. Wouldn't and I also used to my advantage. I will say that one of the problems potentially was I'm like, oh, there's not like clearly you could tell that like there wasn't it wasn't fully stocked, so they hadn't restocked things as much. So luckily though, I was able to get all my essentials, so that was good. Got in and out, which was also good, and then got home. Post the grocery run, we warmed back up, went to the gym, and gym was nice because there really wasn't that many people there, and the parking lot was also clear, so that was good. I was able to get in a full workout. I would say the only problem was for like the first time, I forgot to bring my gym shorts. So I had to work out in like the like sweatpants that I came in. So like for like half a second, I was like, I should either go back home. I should not work out. Da, da, da. I'm like, Isaiah, chill. It's fine. It's gonna be okay. They're sweatpants. It's all right. And I was able to get to the workout. Okay, everything was fine. It was a good heavy lift session. So yeah, it was nice to get back on the wagon, go full out, no modified short workout. So that was good. Post the gym, we got home, and I was kind of having this thought. It was a running thought throughout kind of the week, especially the weekend. I don't know. I was just feeling like I needed a reset of some kind, a little bit of control. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I haven't done it in literally years. I think over 2 years at this point. I'm like, I'm going to shave my face. I'm going to shave my head, shave my face. Which is crazy to do because I just told you that it's single digit temperatures, it's cold as hell. But I'm like, nope, now is the time. I want to do it now. Get the clippers. And so yeah, I went at that, and I don't know. It's weird seeing my face, minus the a little bit of weight and all that, and just the years have gone by a little. So I'm like, this is me now, I guess. I got the little peanut head going on. I don't know. But, overall, it was good to finally do that. Just have a nice little reset. Though I'm sure I'm going to lament this the second I go outside tomorrow. But, so it goes. But yeah, that has been my day. That has been my evening up until now. Got a few stories that I wanted to go ahead and run through. But yeah, let's do our startup and let's get into some news. Okay. Ooh. Our first story that I wanted to hit really isn't a story I want to get into like big details about. But y'all know, over the past like couple years have kind of been a return to wrestling for me. It also lined up that like John Cena was kind of, back in, for his last run, tour situation. So it has been the end of the line. He had his final fight. It was like this big tournament to see who's going to like fight him at the end. And I don't want to get into the details of it. I don't want to do any spoilers. Even though I didn't watch it like wholesale, I just kind of clip watched it when I woke up. But needless to say, I just wanted to like, talk about it, press F to respect. Cause it's John Cena. I don't know. That was a wrestler I had grown up with in my youth. It was cool to see him in my adulthood. Also cool to see that like he had such an effect on people, like not just in the profession of wrestling, but also like people who follow it like heavily and are big fans, but also people who maybe aren't so big into the sport. They knew who John Cena, is, whatever. They know him as a wrestler, and they had a reaction to his, final fight. So yeah, I just wanted to give some flowers there, and say that, you can't see me. My time is now. Anyway, I'll read this this headline here from Yahoo Sports. John Cena got the WWE send-off he deserved. Simple and unashamedly sentimental. It was very cute. Like, it had me a little misty-eyed. I was in bed like, oh my god, it looks like it's over, man. You got his shoes in the ring and everything, man. Leaving it all there, man. Anyway. All right, I'll leave that there. Let's move on, though, to our main stories, though. From The Guardian. Israel says its military killed Hamas commander Ra'id Saeed in Gaza City strike. The senior Hamas commander Ra'id Saeed has been killed in a strike on a car in Gaza City. The Israeli military said on Saturday. The attack killed 4 people and wounded at least 25 others, according to Gaza health authorities. There was no immediate confirmation from Hamas or medics that Saeed was among the dead. In response to the activation of a Hamas explosive device that wounded our forces today, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Israel Katz instructed the elimination of the terrorist Ra'id Saeed, head of Hamas's force buildup. The Prime Minister and Defense Minister said in a joint statement. They go on to allege that he was one of the architects of October 7th, and that he was involved in like a weapons and just an overall like build up of Hamas, and that's why they targeted him, along with the fact that there was like this whole tit for tat thing. So there's that, but of course there's no excuse for the fact that you killed 4 other people and wounded over 20 other people who are, not known to be terrorists or architects of October 7th, but okay, all right, so it goes. And not to mention there's supposed to be a ceasefire, but once again, I guess the beat just goes on. Felt important to mention that. It was a story I kind of heard in the mix listening to the BBC today. So I was like, all right, go ahead and put that at the top of the docket. But let's move on, though. We unfortunately have some shootings that have taken place from the BBC. Bondi Beach gunmen who killed 15 after targeting Jewish celebration were father and son, police say. New South Wales say 15 people, including 10-year-old girl, were killed in a shooting at Bondi Beach on Sunday. Their ages range from 10 to 87. The attack happened while an event was being held to mark the start of Hanukkah. Police say they're treating it as a terror incident. The 2 gunmen were father and son, the police say. The 50-year-old man also died at the scene, while the 24-year-old remains in hospital in critical condition. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese calls the attack an act of pure evil that deliberately targeted the Jewish community. Let's see here. British-born Rabbi Eli Schlanger was among those killed in the attack, his family tells the BBC. And they have more details here. This is kind of more of like a live report update situation. Now, I know it looks like this one seems to be very much motivated in anti-Semitism. That's obviously very unfortunate. No matter the motivations, it's garish. It's terrible to have to, see carnage like this anywhere. But obviously, it's an added, fucking thing that you have this like, oh, okay, well, we know you guys are celebrating this holiday, the spiritual holiday, and we are going to, maximize that event in a very evil way. So it's obviously very sad and unfortunate to see that unfold. Now, I just have the fact that it was a father and son gunman. I haven't really heard any more details other than that. So I will definitely be back, back to the scene when I get more, more updates. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the last story. Like I said, another shooting. This also might also be related in some kind of either anti-Semitic or just a holiday event that the government was taking advantage of. But let me go ahead and take my last break, and then we'll go ahead and close this out. This is a random aside, a little bit of, I guess, levity break here. It was my first time working out in pants for a very long time today. And I gotta say, I did not like it. I'm glad I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would, but I did feel like, I don't know, it was just more of a hindrance than a help. I like my legs being free, you know what I mean? Even if it was cold, that's why the nice part of being in a gym, right, is at least it's like, air controlled. But anyway. Oh, also, a little bit of food corner. I should have mentioned that at the top. I did try the PB and J snack thing. Turns out for the jelly aspect, it was like a strawberry. I think it was like almost like a yogurt coating, and it was a coating over a fruit. I don't. It didn't say what fruit. I imagine maybe like a strawberry. I couldn't really quite tell. Maybe it was a raisin, but either way, that was yummy. And then it was a peanut, like a peanut, and it had like a peanut coating on top of it, and it had like this nice, like almost like wafer like crunch. I actually really enjoyed it. I would definitely get it again. Only problem is really small, and the macros didn't seem great. Like at least just in terms of the calories, like 290 for a little small pack. But I had it with like my little nut cup, and it went very well, paired very perfectly. Quite. Also, I tried the barbell protein bars for the first time, just out of curiosity. And I got the cookies and cream one, and it was pretty good. I still think I'm a David Barr enthusiast, though I will say I heard some rumors about the David Barr that I won't allege on the podcast because I got it from a Reddit. That's I can't really verify that, but it definitely kind of made me go, oh well. If there's a little bit of hype here, or that maybe the David Barr is a little sus, it's not as good as I thought it was. But that being said, I still think I like the David Barr more. Just a clean, simple, easy bar. Also, not sponsored. But that being said, the barbell kind of hit all the marks I expected it to. It was like good. It was and I feel like if you're really looking to like maximize quote unquote health, and you're saying, oh, I really want a little like cheaty snack, that's good, right? That hits the spot. But I've kind of come to the conclusion, like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Just give me the Snickers. Like, if I'm going to eat something like this, just give me that. Or I'll just get trail mix. Like, that was like my core thing that I had actually bought for my snack. Because I already had trail mix at home, but I was like, what if I like overgraze? I want some extra trail mix, to back it up. I don't know. That was my logic for being fat at the Wawa. But, so there you go. A little snack corner. Yeah. But would I get a barbell again? I would if I had to. But once again, I still think I'm a Team David Barr. I don't know. Anyway, let me finish off this break. Ooh. From NBC News. Live updates. Person of interest identified after 2 killed and 9 injured at Brown University. 2 people were killed and 9 others wounded in a shooting at an engineering and physics building on Brown's campus in Providence, Rhode Island. Officials emphasize the investigation is moving quickly, with evidence being collected by multiple agencies, but they are not yet confirming details that could compromise the case. The man detained as a person of interest is Benjamin Erickson, 24, sources told NBC News. Police say he could face charges in the coming hours. A planned Christmas and menorah lighting tonight at Lippitt Memorial Park for the first night of Hanukkah has been transformed into a community vigil. So, let me go ahead and pause and stop there, because I know I said up top that this might have been related to anti-Semitism or whatever. So let me not even say that, because I don't know. I can't confirm that. I just know I read that from the thing, and I made a really bad assumption when I was doing my research and saying it out loud. I'm like, let me pump my brakes. Let me pump my squeaky little brakes. But I will come back with details. Obviously, this is an ongoing investigation. Y'all know me. I get a lot of shit wrong, so I try not to, do that. So, I'm catching myself now on the fly. But we will come back to both of these stories, I would imagine. Obviously, very unfortunate to have, so many shootings. I know, and one's in Australia, one's in the States, so this is, all over. You kind of just can't escape it. But, that is the news that I have for today. And it is Sunday, so I don't like to shill. We will save that for tomorrow. So thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for being a friend. And hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.